Hi guys, how are you all? Welcome to the classes again. So right now again we are at our CMA interlaw classes, and as you know that in the previous topic we have already done the topic called when the acceptance is excused and when the payment is excused, right? So when the acceptance is excused, when the payment is excused, I told you the various reasons when you need not go to the drawings place for acceptance and when you need not go to the drawings place for payment, right? After that, we also understood the rules relating to the presentment for payment. We also understood the rules relating to the presentment for payment, where we had a huge discussion like if you are delaying even for single day, then all the prior parties will be automatically discharged except in case of acceptor for honor, where one extra day is allowed, right? After that, we also understood various rules, like if it is a check or demand draft, what is a reasonable time period for depositing them in the bank and all, and what is a reasonable time for asking for the money when it comes to bills of exchange and promissory note. Now I think the last topic what we understood was discharge of instrument. So as we have already discussed this topic, that discharge are of two types. One is called discharge of instrument and one is discharge of party. Now when we talk about the discharge of instrument, it means all the parties are also automatically discharged. Now try to understand, when the instrument is discharged, all the parties are also automatically discharged. But when the parties are discharged, it may or may not be the discharge of instrument. Are you understanding my point? Instrument is a big thing. So when the instrument is getting discharged, all parties are automatically discharged. But when the parties are getting discharged, the instrument may or may not be discharged. So what is this line? Now see this. If the instrument is discharged, you can see that the arrow is going on towards the right side and it is saying that all the parties are discharged. But when the party is getting discharged, there may be a possibility that instrument is still undischarged. So discharge of instrument leads to discharge of all the parties, but discharge of party may or may not discharge the instrument. So we have to do the two types of discharge. One is known as discharge of instrument and one is known as discharge of parties. So let us understand what do you mean by discharge of instrument. Now see, in the discharge of instrument, we have already understood that in the discharge of instrument, there are two types of discharge. What are the two types of discharge? First one, payment is made in due course. What is the first one? Payment is made in due course. Everyone clear or not? Now, what do you mean by payment is made in due course? Payment is made in due course means when the right person makes the right payment at a right time without any negligence on the date of maturity. It means in a good faith. No problem has happened. So right person made a right payment to the right at the right time. Are you getting the point? Right person made a right payment to the right person at the right time without any negligence in a good faith. That is called what? Payment in due course. So when drawee makes the payment to the holder in due course or the payee on the time without any delay or without any negligence, that is called payment in due course. So that is the first case in which the instrument will be discharged. What is the second case where the instrument will be discharged? Instrument will also be discharged in case of cancellation of, in case of what? Cancellation of acceptor's name. In case of cancellation of whose name? Acceptor's name. When the drawee's name itself has been cancelled, it means automatically instrument is automatically discharged, right? Instrument is discharged means all the parties are also discharged. Bhaiya, jisne paisa dena tha, the one who has to give the money, that person is still not liable on the instrument. It means what? Instrument is automatically discharged. So what is the topic name? Cancellation of acceptor's name. What is the third name? Release of which parties? Release of all the parties. Now suppose holder in due course went to the drawee's place for the payment and he came to know that he is his best friend and that best friend has helped me in the history at a very crucial time. So he said that don't worry, I don't want any money from you and I declare that all the parties are released from this instrument. When all the parties are released from the instrument, it means instrument is automatically what? Discharged. And what is the fourth case? Non-presentment of the bill for what? Acceptance. You all know that when the bill is not presented for the acceptance, then bill is automatically what? It has not been coming into the valid position. It has not come to the valid position. It means bill itself has not been accepted. It means the negotiable instrument was not at all valid instrument. The instrument is automatically discharged and the parties are also discharge. Everyone clear? So there are four reasons when the party will be discharged. So if you again want to understand ki when the discharge of instrument takes place, what are the four cases? They have already been discussed in my previous video. So I will give you the link of the previous video also where you can understand it, right? It is already uploaded on the channel, right? So what is our today's topic? So our today's topic is discharge of party. What is our today's topic? Discharge of party. Now, when we talk about the discharge of party, first of all, tell me which one is a bigger concept? Discharge of instrument is a bigger concept or discharge of party is a bigger concept? Just wait. Now tell me which one is a bigger concept? Discharge of instrument is a bigger concept or discharge of parties is a bigger concept? Discharge of instrument is a bigger concept. Now let me ask you a very simple logical question. When the instrument is getting discharged, it means the parties are automatically getting discharged or not? Think logically. When the instrument is getting discharged, the parties are also getting discharged or not? Yes. So it means all the four cases in which the instrument is getting discharged are also the same cases where the party is also getting discharged. I hope all of you understood the point. Now see, I told you four cases in the instrument when the instrument is getting discharged. Tell me the four cases: payment in due course, acceptor's name has been cancelled, release of all the parties, and what? The bill is not presented for what? Acceptance. In this case, instrument is discharged. What do you mean by instrument is discharged? Parties are automatically discharged. So can I say that all these four reasons, which are the instrument discharge reasons, are also the same reasons for the discharge of parties or not? Yes. So see that 4 points are already ready. Total 13 points we have to do under which the parties will be discharged. Out of 13 points, 4 points are already ready. Point number 1, when the payment is made in due course. When the payment is made in due course, instrument is discharged as well as parties are also discharged. What is the second one? Cancellation of acceptor's name. Instrument is already discharged, party is also automatically discharged. What is the third one? Release of all the parties. Instrument is discharged, parties are also automatically discharged, or you can also write release of one or more parties also. You can see that in the point number 3, release of one or more parties or all the parties. If it is one or more parties, then it is only discharge of parties. But if it is all the release of all the parties, then it is discharge of instrument as well as discharge of parties. And what is the fourth one? When the bill has not been presented for what? Acceptance, parties are automatically discharged. Everyone clear or not? So it means all the four reasons of the discharge of negotiable instrument is also applicable to the discharge of parties. I hope everyone is clear now. Everyone is clear? Chalo, let us do the next topic. What is the fifth case under which the parties will be discharged? What is the fifth case? You can see that fifth case is giving more than how many hours? 48 hours for the purpose of acceptance. Now tell me one thing, in the previous lecture of acceptance rules, what is the topic I told you? What is the maximum number of hours we can provide for the acceptance? Tell me, what is the maximum number of hours we can provide for the acceptance? The maximum number of hours we can provide for the acceptance is what? 48 hours. After the presentment of the bill for acceptance, maximum 48 hours we can give to the DRI to accept the bill. So if you are giving more than that, if you are giving the time more than 48 hours, are you violating the law or not? Yes, you are violating the law. Parties will be automatically discharged. Everyone clear or not? So you are not supposed, you are not allowed to give more than 48 hours after the presentment for the acceptance purpose. Maximum how many hours are allowed? 48 hours are allowed. In that case, parties will be automatically discharged. So tell me, what are the 5 cases for the parties of instrument? Apan kya karenge? Cumulatively we are going to learn it, because 13 cases are there. It will be difficult for you to learn till the time of examination. So cumulatively, point number 1, payment is made in due course. Point number 2, release of parties. Point number 3, cancellation of acceptor's name. Point number 4, not presenting the bill for acceptance. And point number 5, giving more than how many hours? Giving more than 48 hours for the purpose of acceptance. In that case also, party is automatically discharged. Everyone clear? Super clear? Chalo. Let us move to the 6th point. What is the 6th point? In case of negotiation back. Can you tell me how in case of negotiation back? If you remember, I already told you this topic, negotiation back, but still, I will make you understand again. In case of negotiation back also, the parties will be discharged, but the instrument is not discharged. Say for example, A drawn the bill of exchange on B. A drawn the bill of exchange on B. B accepted the bill and given it back to the A. A drawn the bill of exchange on B. B accepted the bill and given it back to the A. A gave it to the C. C gave it to the D. D gave it to the E. Now, E has taken the loan from A. E was not aware of the fact that this bill is coming from A to C to D to his hands. E has also taken a loan from the A. So E ने क्या किया? E given this bill back to the A for the payment purpose. Now tell me, what is A? A was an endorser. A was an endorser when he endorsed the bill to the C. A was an endorser when he endorsed the bill to the C. But now the endorser automatically became what? Holder in due course. This is called negotiation back. Now tell me one thing. Did A negotiate with the B? C? Yes. C with the D? Yes. D with the E? Yes. E negotiated again back to whom? A. So this is called a concept of what? Negotiation back. I hope I already made you clear in our regular class. I already made you clear what do you mean by negotiation back. So in the case of negotiation back, now tell me one thing. Who is holder in due course? A is the holder in due course. Are you getting the point? A is the holder in due course. Now tell me, the problem is going on between whom and whom now? A and B. At the time of maturity, who will go to whose place? A will go to the B's place. A will go to whose place? B's place. If the B dishonors and untraceable, listen to this case. If the B dishonors and untraceable cannot be found, generally holder in due course can sue all the which parties? Prior party. He can sue all the prior parties. But in this case, A will lose to sue all the prior parties. Can you tell me why? Why A will lose his power to sue all the parties? Because if he will sue E, E will sue D, D will sue C, C will sue what? A. So A is indirectly suing himself only. That is what the problem of negotiation back. Are you getting the point? So in the case of negotiation back, C is automatically discharged, D is also discharged, E is also discharged. Now the case is only between whom and whom? A and C. That is why the sixth reason where the discharge of parties will take place is known as what? Negotiation back. I hope everyone is clear. I hope everyone is clear. Yes, sir, we are clear. What is the next topic? What is the seventh part? The seventh case in which the negotiable instrument get discharged, parties of the negotiable instrument get discharged is sans recourse endorsement. दिमाग में कुछ हलचल हुई? Did you get any idea in your brain? What do you mean by sans recourse endorsement? Tell me. What do you understand by sans recourse endorsement? Sans recourse endorsement का मतलब क्या हुआ? Sans recourse endorsement means the endorser while endorsing the instrument to the endorsee, he is saying that accept this endorsement, but in case of dishonor, don't come back to me. Sans means stop. Do you remember our technique? Sans means stop. Recourse means coming back. It means if the endorsee has accepted this endorsement from the endorser, if the endorsee has accepted this endorsement from the endorser with this condition that don't come back to me in case of dishonor, then in that case, that particular party, the endorser, will be discharged from the whole instrument or not. Do you remember we have, now let's take an example of this. Suppose D is telling to the A, look at the example, D is telling to the E, ki accept this endorsement but sans recourse. What is the condition? Sans recourse. Now E will go to the B's place. E will go to the B's place for the payment purpose. But if the B will not make the payment, what will happen? Tell me. If the B will not make the payment, what will happen? If the B will not make the payment, what will happen? I need an answer. If the B will not make the payment and he is untraceable, whether E will sue all the prior parties or not? Yes, sir. E will sue all the prior parties. But among those prior parties, D will be out of the chain. D will be out of the chain. It means E can only sue C and A. He cannot sue D because while accepting the endorsement from the D, he accepted what? Sans recourse endorsement. I hope every one of you understood whatever the topic I told you. I hope you remember that topic. We have already done that. It is just that I'm repeating it again so that you can refresh it. So tell me, what are the 7 cases under which discharge of parties will take place? Case number 1. Tell me the case number 1. Case number 1 is, sir, when the release of all the parties, payment in due course, cancellation of acceptor's name, non-presenting of the bill for acceptance, giving more than 48 hours. Next one, negotiation back. And what is this one? Sans recourse endorsement, right or not? Now, what is the 8th case under which discharge of parties will take place? What is the 8th case under which discharge of parties will take place? Now, listen to this case. Now, what do you mean by qualified acceptance? Can anybody tell me? What do you understand by the term called qualified acceptance? क्या होता है qualified acceptance? Qualified acceptance means conditional acceptance. Qualified acceptance means which acceptance? Conditional acceptance. When the acceptor at the time of accepting the bill is putting some condition. Tell me one thing. Negotiable instrument should be conditional or unconditional? Sir, it should be unconditional. Now, how the acceptor can put the condition? Are you getting the point? When the acceptor at the time of accepting the instrument puts any condition, then it is called a general acceptance or conditional acceptance. Conditional acceptance. And the party, if accepts the conditional acceptance, the party, if accepts the conditional acceptance of an acceptor, party, suppose A, okay, let's take an example of A. A accepts the conditional acceptance of the B, the drawee, then in that case, he is doing it on his own risk because the bill is already dishonored in the eyes of law. Bill is already dishonored in the eyes of law. But if the E, or say for example, in our example, suppose E is going to the B's place for acceptance. In our example, E is going to the B's place for acceptance. And B said that, sorry, I will not accept the bill for 10 lakhs. I will accept it for 9,90,000. Is he putting a condition of reducing the 10,000 rupees or not? He said, okay, do whatever you want to do, accept it for 9,90,000. But tell me one thing, are D, C and A liable on the instrument now? No. E accepted the conditional acceptance of B on his own risk. It means all the prior parties are automatically discharged. Everyone clear or not? So, this is called discharge of parties in case of which acceptance? Qualified acceptance. Now, instrument is not discharged. Instrument is still existing between E and B, but A, C and D are automatically discharged. Everyone clear? Yes, sir. We are clear. So, again, if you are unable to get to know, please watch the previous video where I told you about the qualified acceptance also. To make sure that I will provide you the links of all the connected videos in the description. Watch those videos first wherever you are getting a doubt. Clear? Okay, sir. Next one. What is the next thing? Material alteration. What is the next thing? Material alteration. This topic will keep it low. We will not do it right now. The reason is for the material alteration, I will take a separate class. There will be a separate class or session on the material alteration, right or not? So material alteration is also one of the reason for the discharge of what? Instrument, but I will not tell you material alteration here because it is a particular topic also. So I will tell you, when I will tell you that topic, then only you will understand why it is a reason for discharge of party. Clear? So assume that we have already done 9 points. So tell me the 9 points again. Point number 1, payment is made in due course, release of all the parties or one or more of the parties, cancellation of acceptor's name, not presenting the bill for acceptance, giving more than 48 hours, negotiation back, sans recourse endorsement, qualified acceptance, and 9th one is material alteration. You don't know about material alteration, so don't unnecessarily think in another way. Anyways, we are going to take it as a separate topic. So there I will make you understand what do you mean by material alteration. Shall we proceed ahead? Yes, sir, we can proceed ahead. What is the next topic in which the discharge of parties will take place? Next topic is known as check not deposited within a reasonable time. Can you tell me what is a reasonable time of check? 90 days. Within how much time you have to deposit a check? Sir, we have to deposit a check within how many days? 90 days from the date of issue. If you are not depositing the check within 90 days from the date of issue, it is your responsibility, not the issuer's responsibility. Issuer is automatically discharged on that instrument. He to gave you the check na. He has already given you the check na. You have not deposited within 90 days. That is your fault. That is not banker's fault, that is not issuer's fault, that is the holder's fault. Why he has not deposited the check within 90 days. So party is discharged, banker is discharged, they are not liable to clear the check. Am I correct or not? Issuer is discharged, he is not liable to anything now. Now you are responsible because you have not deposited the check within the reasonable time. Are you getting the point or not? So this is called discharge of party due to the non-deposit of the check within which time? Reasonable time. So total 10 topics, 10 reasons we know when the discharge of instrument will take place. Everyone clear or not? What is the 11th point? 11th point is known as failure to give notice of dishonor. Failure to give notice of dishonor. So let us take the same example. When E went to the B's place, when the E went to the B's place for the payment, whether B honored or dishonored, suppose sir B dishonored and cannot be found. B dishonored and cannot be found. So tell me, when the drawing is not traceable and when the drawing cannot be found, then what is the option left with E to recover his money? E will sue all the prior parties. All the which parties? Prior parties. Are you getting the point or not? Now see, what is the topic name? Failure to give the notice of dishonor. Ab sunna. When the E is going to sue all the prior party, it is E's responsibility to give the notice of dishonor. Notice of dishonor to all the parties, to the A, to the D, to the C, or D will also intimate to the C, C will also intimate to the A. So notice of dishonor is your right. Notice of getting the notice of directly. E cannot file the case against D. D cannot file the case against C. C cannot file the case against A. First they have to give the notice of dishonor. Ki bhaiya E has dishonored. They have to give the formal notice, sir, E has dishonored. Am I correct? Notice of dishonor can be oral also. E has dishonored the check or E has dishonored the bill of exchange. So I want to sue you all parties. Are you getting the point or not? So notice of dishonor is the right of D, is the right of C, is the right of A. If E fails to give the notice of dishonor to any of these parties or to the parties at all, then in that case parties cannot be sued. Parties are automatically discharged. Direct suing not possible. First notice of dishonor is must. So what is the point number 11? Failure to give notice of dishonor. What do you mean by failure to give notice of dishonor? Who failed to give the notice of dishonor? Tell me. Who failed to give the notice of dishonor? E failed to give the notice of dishonor. In that case, E cannot sue all the parties. Parties are automatically discharged. Because you cannot sue the party without giving the notice of what? Dishonor. Everyone clear or not? Yes sir, we are clear. Okay. What is the point number 12? Point number 12 क्या है? By the operation of law. मतलब when the law is making you discharge, not your act, law is making you discharge. Now if I am not wrong, in the CPT foundation, or foundation, at the time of Indian Contract Act 1872, you all must have read one topic called time bar debt. Do you agree or not? You all must have done the topic called time bar debt. Are you getting the point? When the lender does not ask the repayment of his money after 3 years, even after 3 years, matlab within those 3 years from the date of due payment, then the debt becomes a time bar debt. Do you remember that 3 years provision? So when a debt becomes a time bar debt, when the money is not being repaid for 3 years, it becomes what? Time bar debt. So in case of time bar debt, the party is automatically discharged or not. After 3 years, you can't ask the borrower to pay the money. That is called time bar debt. Are you getting the point? You can't ask the borrower to pay the money after what? 3 years. Because for the 3 years, if you have not asked the money and the borrower has not asked the money and you have not taken any legal action to recover the money from that borrower, then the debt is already declared as what? Time bar debt. Everyone clear or not? So this is what do you mean by time bar debt. Now tell me, either you did it or I did it, or it is under the law. It is under the law. Law says that for the 3 years, if you are not asking, it will be treated as a which debt? Time bar debt. Everyone clear or not? Yes, sir. We are clear. What is the second case? Insolvency. What is the second case under the operation of law? Insolvency. Jaldi jaldi batao mere ko. Insolvency. How insolvency may problem hai? How insolvency is an operation of law by which the parties will be discharged? Insolvency means what? Now tell me first of all, what do you mean by insolvency? The person is capable of paying or not capable. So when a person is declared insolvent by the law, creditors cannot force that insolvent person to pay their money. That particular insolvent person is automatically what? Discharged. Again, did you do it or I did it or law did it? Law did it. So law says that in case of time barred debt and in case of insolvency, the party will be automatically discharged. The liable party will be automatically discharged. Everyone clear or not? So when they will ask you how the discharge of parties can take place via operation of law, you will give the two examples, sir, time barred debt and insolvency. Insolvency means when the court has declared you insolvent, it means law has declared you insolvent, you can't do anything. Are you getting the point? And time barred debt means for the 3 years you didn't ask for your repayment of the borrowings, yes, you lose your right to recover that money. So that because that debt has now become what? Time barred debt. So 12 points are over in the discharge of instrument. How many points are over? 12 points are over. Now everyone will tell me one by one now what are the 12 points we have done. Discharge of parties. Out of 13 cases, 12 cases. Please tell payment in due course. Payment in due course. Second one, acceptor's name has been cancelled. Third one, release of all the parties. Fourth one, bill is not presented for acceptance, giving more than 48 hours. Seventh one, negotiation batch. Sans recourse endorsement. Material alteration. 9. Non-receipt of notice of dishonor. Check not deposited within a reasonable period of time and by the operation of law. Total 12 topics are over in the discharge of parties. Everyone clear with the discharge of parties? Discharge of instrument we have already done in the previous topic. I'll share the link, and discharge of parties we have completed now. Now I hope everyone is clear with that. Okay, let's move to the next point. Okay, 13th point. When the payment is made in due course on the order check and on the bearer check. When the payment is made in due course on the order check or the bearer check. Now tell me one thing, when the banker has made the payment as per the instructions of the order check, and when the banker has made the payment as per the instructions of the bearer check, whatever the customer is instructing to the bank, banker is making the payment accordingly. Either over the counter it is making the payment, or it is crediting the payment to your account. Whatever the instruction customer has given, banker is obliging to those instructions. Now tell me, is banker discharged? Is banker discharged from his liability or not? Yes sir, banker is discharged from the liability. So banker is a discharged party. Banker is a discharged party. Everyone clear? So these are the 13 cases. Now tell me, what is the 13th case? When the payment is made in due course on the which check? Either on the order check or on the bearer check. Then in that case, banker will be treated as automatically discharged. So total 13 cases of discharge of instrument or discharge of parties? Discharge of parties. In the discharge of instrument, how many cases? 4 cases. In the discharge of parties, how many cases? 5, 10 plus 3, 13. So tell me one thing, all the 13 in a row. Then I will understand ki yes, you understood the topic. Point number 1. I can hear. Point number 1. Yes, payment is made in due course. Point number 2. Cancellation of acceptance. Now, first 4 points are copy pasted from discharge of instrument. Point number 3. Release of all the parties. Point number 4. Bill is not presented for acceptance. Point number 5. Giving more than 48 hours. Point number 6. What is point number 6? Everyone, what is point number 6? Negotiation back. Point number 7. Sans recourse endorsement. Point number 8. Qualified acceptance. Point number 8. Qualified acceptance. Point number 9. Material alteration. Point number 10. Non-deposit of the check within a reasonable time. Point number 11. Non-receipt of notice of dishonor. Point number 12. By the operation of law. Point number 13. What is that? Payment has been made in due course on what? On order check or on the bearer check. I hope everyone is crystal clear with this topic called discharge. Very important, highly important topic, discharge of instrument as well as the discharge of parties. I hope everyone is clear now. Everyone is clear? Chalo, let us proceed with the next topic. Apna next topic kya रहेगा? Apna next topic now, very important topic, that is known as dishonor. The name of the topic is known as dishonor. Dishonor of instrument. Dishonor of instrument. Now, when the dishonor of the instrument will take place? So, name of the topic is dishonor of an instrument. इसको ध्यान से पढ़ना सर. पहले तो ये बताओ, dishonor can take place in two different ways. Am I correct or not? Dishonor दो तरीके से होता है. या तो dishonor होगा due to non acceptance. Dishonor can take place in two different ways. Dishonor can take place in two different ways. First one, dishonor due to what? Non-acceptance. Tell me, in case of bill. Am I correct or not? In case of bill, the dishonor may take place due to what? Non-acceptance of the bill. Or dishonor may take place due to non-payment. Dishonor may take place due to non-payment. Non-payment where? Non-payment on the promissory note, non-payment on the check, and non-payment on the demand, non-payment on the bill of exchange. So, in case of non-payment, it can be a non-payment dishonor in case of promissory note. Suppose promissory note at the time of maturity, the drawer, the maker of the promissory note is not making the payment. Bill is dishonored. Are you getting the point? Insufficient funds are there. Bank will dishonor your check. Am I correct or not? Drawee is not having, he is not traceable, he is not being found. Dishonor of bill of exchange. So, non-payment ke case mein all three can be there. But in case of non-acceptance, there is only one case. What is that? Bill. Are you getting the point? Bill is the only thing which can be dishonored due to one extra reason called what? Non-acceptance by the drawee. Are you getting the point or not? So, bill can be dishonored via two different ways. So, in summary, if I have to write, so non-payment can be the reason for promissory note, can be the reason for check, or can be the reason for bills of exchange. Whereas acceptance, non-acceptance can be the reason for what? Bills of exchange. It means bills of exchange can be dishonored by two ways. Either by non-acceptance of the bill or by what? Non-payment of the bill. I hope everyone is clear. So either by non-acceptance of the bill or by the non-payment of the bill. Everyone is super clear. Everyone is crystal clear. Shall we move ahead? Yes, sir. We can move ahead. Now, let us first understand dishonor due to non-acceptance. Dishonor due to non-acceptance. So, what are the dishonor due to non-acceptance? There are three cases. Cases of non-acceptance. Dishonor. What are the cases of non-acceptance of dishonor? Next one, cases when presentment of acceptance is excused. That you already know. Cases when the presentment of acceptance is excused, and other provisions. So, I will make you understand the dishonor of the instrument due to non-acceptance in a different way. Are you getting the point? First of all, to tell me, when the dishonor will take place in case of non-acceptance. Point number one, giving more than 48 hours. Giving more than how many hours? 48 hours. Now tell me one thing. If you will give more than 48 hours, if you will give more than 48 hours for the acceptance, bill is honored or dishonored? Bill is dishonored. So that is what the case number one. What is the topic? Cases of non-acceptance dishonor. It means under what circumstances the dishonor takes place due to what? Non-acceptance. Right or not? The first topic we are doing is dishonor due to non-acceptance. We are going to understand everything. Okay, under what circumstances it can be dishonored, when the presentment for acceptance is excused, and other provisions. So, first case, when the bill will be dishonored. First case, when the instrument will be dishonored due to non-acceptance. If in the bill of exchange, we are providing how many hours? More than 48 hours for acceptance. Giving more than 48 hours for acceptance. This is a case number one, when the bill will be dishonored due to what? Non-acceptance. Everyone clear or not? Second one, can you tell me, acceptance must be conditional or unconditional? Acceptance must be unconditional. So, in case of conditional acceptance, also the bill is already what? dishonored. And what is another name of conditional acceptance? It is also known as qualified acceptance. It is also known as qualified acceptance. So if the acceptor, if the drawee is attaching any condition while accepting the bill, are you getting the point? That is known as conditional acceptance, and that is called qualified acceptance. And law does not allow conditional acceptance. Law says that negotiable instrument says what? If the conditions are attached at the time of acceptance, the bill is assumed to be what? Dishonored. So what is the case number 1 when the bill is dishonored due to non-acceptance? Case number 1, giving more than how many hours? 48 hours. Case number 2, what is the case number 2? Conditional acceptance or qualified acceptance, when the drawee is trying to attach some conditions. Then also the bill is automatically what? Dishonored. And point number 3, among several drawees, some of them not accepted. Tell me one thing. Suppose, can there be more than one drawee? Can there be more than one drawee? Yes, sir. Suppose there were 4 drawees. Out of 4 drawees, A accepted, B accepted, C accepted, 3 drawees accepted. 1 drawee did not accept. Now tell me, bill is honored or dishonored? Dishonored. All the drawees should accept. All the drawees should accept. If one of the drawee does not accept the instrument, then the bill is automatically what? Dishonored. Everyone clear or not? So tell me the 3 reasons under which the bill will get dishonored due to the non-acceptance. Tell me the 3 reasons. Sir, reason number 1, if you are giving more than 48 hours for the purpose of acceptance. Sir, reason number 2, if the conditional acceptance is there. Reason number 3, among all the drawees, some of the drawees have not accepted the bill. In all these 3 cases, bill will get dishonored due to non-acceptance. Due to what? Non-acceptance. Everyone clear or not? Samajh mein aaya? So when the bill will be dishonored due to non-acceptance, these are the 3 reasons, right? Next topic. What is the next topic? What is the next topic? Cases when the presentment of acceptance is executed. Do you remember this? We have already done when we did the acceptance rule. Can you tell me when, under what circumstances you need not go to the drawee's place? Under what circumstances you need not go to the drawee's place to present the bill for acceptance? When you are excused from presenting the bill for acceptance, it means what? The bill is already dishonored. When you are not presenting the bill for acceptance, the bill is already dishonored or not? बट अंडर व्हाट सर्कमस्टांसेस यू आर एक्सक्यूज्ड, मतलब क्या कि तुम्हारी गलती नहीं है, एक्सेप्टर की गलती है, ड्रॉई की गलती है. अंडर व्हाट सर्कमस्टांसेस यू आर एक्सक्यूज्ड फ्रॉम प्रेजेंटिंग द बिल फॉर व्हाट? एक्सेप्टेंस. पॉइंट नंबर 1, व्हेन ड्रॉई, टेल मी, रिमेंबर व्हेन द ड्रॉई, इसके लिए भी लिंक है, तो आई एम टेलिंग यू अगेन, इफ यू हैव नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग एनी टॉपिक, फर्स्ट डू द अर्लियर टॉपिक्स, फर्स्ट रीड द अर्लियर provisions, first read or watch the earlier video, then only you will be comfortable in doing this video. Now see, cases when presentment of acceptance is excused. Now see, under what circumstances you need not go to the drawee's place. आपको ड्रॉई की प्लेस के पास नहीं जाना है, आपको ड्रॉई के घर पे नहीं जाना है. अंडर व्हाट सर्कमस्टांसेस यू नीड नॉट गो टू द ड्रॉई's प्लेस फॉर एक्सेप्टेंस, फॉर द प्रेजेंटमेंट फॉर एक्सेप्टेंस. केस नंबर 1, व्हेन द ड्रॉई इज नॉट फाउंड, व्हेन द ड्रॉई इज अनट्रेसेबल. Am I correct? जब ड्रॉई अनट्रेसेबल है तो आर यू गोइंग टू गो टू द ड्रॉई's प्लेस फॉर एक्सेप्टेंस पर्पस? नो. बिल इज व्हाट? डिसऑनर्ड ड्यू टू नॉन एक्सेप्टेंस. क्लियर? पॉइंट नंबर 2, व्हेन ड्रॉई was a fictitious person, when ड्रॉई was a which person? Fictitious person. Are you getting the point or not? तो वो फेक पर्सन था, then also you are excused from presenting the bill for acceptance and the bill is already dishonored. Point number 3, tell me, when drawee is dead, insolvent or insane. When the drawee is dead, declared insolvent or declared insane, then also you need not go to the drawee's place for presentment of the bill for acceptance. Bill is already dishonored. So are you understanding why I'm clustering all these topics under the topic called what? Dishonored due to what? Non-acceptance. So first we understood under what cases the bill will be assumed to be dishonored and under what cases you are not required to present the bill for acceptance, you are excused. Case number 4, when drawee is not having contractual capacity or incompetent capacity, when the DROI is not having contractual capacity or incompetent capacity. Or fifth reason, when DROI refuses, all these points we have already discussed in the previous class, so previous link you must see to understand this. When the DROI refuses to accept it on another grounds. When the DROI refuses to accept it on which grounds? Another grounds. So these are the cases under which you need not present the bill for what? Acceptance. Everyone clear or not? So see, under what circumstances the bill will be assumed to be dishonored due to non-acceptance? When we are giving more than 48 hours for acceptance, when the conditional acceptance, and among several DROIs, some of them have not accepted. Under what circumstances you need not go to the DROI's place? You are excused from going to the DROI's place for the presentment for acceptance. When the DROI cannot be found, when the DROI was a fictitious person, he cannot be found, he was a fictitious person, he was dead, insolvent, insane, when the DROI is not having any contractual capacity, and when the DROI refuses to accept on another grounds. Now, what are the other provisions you have to learn for the dishonor due to the non-acceptance? Point number 1. In case DROI refuses to accept, right or not? In case DROI refuses to accept, right or not? Then, do you remember we have done one topic called DROI in case of need? Tell me one thing. Did we do DROI in case of need? Tell me one thing. What do you mean by DROI in case of need? In DROI in case of need, when the bill assumes to be dishonored. In DROI in case of need, when the bill assumes to be dishonored. First, now say for example, A drawn the bill of exchange on B, but A was not sure whether the B will make the payment or not. So A requested B ki I need one additional DROI. That DROI is C. So C is called DROI in case of need. If the need arises, then A will ask C. But B is what? Actual DROI. Am I correct or not? Do you remember this example we have already done? So A will first go to the B's place. A will first go to the B's place at the time of payment. Oh, sorry, for the acceptance. Are you getting the point? A will go to the B's place for the acceptance. Now, if the B refuses to accept, who should accept? If the B refuses to accept, who should accept? DROI in case of need. Bill कब dishonor होगा? DROI in case of need में. When the bill will get dishonored in case of DROI in case of need? When the B refuses to make the payment, or when the C refuses to make the payment? When the DROI in case of need refuses to make the payment. Right or not? So, under what circumstances? Under what circumstances the bill will be assumed to be dishonored due to non-acceptance? In case DROI in case of need. In case of DROI in case of need refuses to accept it. Are you getting the point or not? Then also the bill will be assumed as dishonored. Yaad rakhna, bill will get dishonored not only on the refusal of DROI, it will get dishonored when the DROI in case of need also will refuse. Am I correct? Now, next point. Point number 2. In case of dishonor due to non-acceptance, in case of dishonor due to non-acceptance, holder can't sue DROI but can sue all the endorsers and prior parties. बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, हाईली इंटेलेक्चुअल, हाईली इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. अब इसको ध्यान से सुनना. Let us do it in this way. Let us create one example to make you understand. चलो example करते हैं, ठीक है? A, okay, this color is not good. Now, A drawn the bill of exchange on B. A drawn the bill of exchange on B. अब इसका ध्यान से आंसर देना. Whatever the questions I am asking, just answer me properly. Can a bill be negotiated? Can a bill be negotiated without acceptance? Yes or no? Yes, sir. A bill can be negotiated without acceptance. Now, A did not go to the B's place for acceptance. A negotiated the bill to C. C negotiated it to the D. Are you getting the point? Now, D was going to the whose place? B's place for acceptance. First of all, tell me, transaction of goods taken place between A and B or D and B? A and B, not D and B. D is only going to the B's place for the purpose of getting it accepted. Am I correct? Now, D goes to the B's place. D goes to the B's place for acceptance of the bill. But what has happened? What has happened? B refused. Now tell me, when the B refused to accept, I'm not saying B refused to pay. I'm saying B refused to accept. Now tell me, when the B refused to accept, can D sue B? Answer is no. Sir, D is not a holder in due course in this case. D will become the holder in due course when he got the bill before the maturity for some consideration in a good faith and the bill was already accepted. When the bill was already accepted, then only D will be considered as what? Then only D will be considered as holder in due course. In that, after acceptance, if the D is not making the payment, then D has every right to sue whom? B. Are you getting the point? But in this case, bill was accepted or negotiated without acceptance? It was negotiated without acceptance. D went to the B's place for acceptance. Now D does not know B. B does not know D. B ने accept नहीं किया. Bill got dishonored. Bill got dishonored. Can D now sue B? Answer is no. D cannot sue B because B is not a drawee at all. When a person becomes drawee, when a person becomes acceptor, when he accepts the bill, जब उसने accept ही नहीं किया, when that person called B did not accept the bill, how you can say that B is a drawee? B is not a drawee because B has not accepted the bill. But yes, can D sue C and A? Can D sue C and A? Answer is yes. He accepted it in a which faith? Good faith. He accepted it in which faith? Good faith. C ने बोला था भाई बिंदास जा B के घर में. Go to the B's place. B will definitely accept it. A told the same thing to the C also. So A told the same thing to the C. C told it to the D. D went to whose place? D went to B's place. But got rectified or got amused? Amused because B did not accept the bill. When the B did not accept the bill, he is not at all a drawee. So D cannot sue B. D cannot sue B. So ये जो D है, he cannot sue B. But yes, he can sue what? All the prior parties. He can sue which parties? All the prior parties. I hope all of you understood or not. So this is what do you mean by? This is what do you mean by dishonor due to non-acceptance? Everyone clear with this topic or not? So this is what do you mean by dishonor due to non-acceptance? Everyone clear? So what are the things we understood? Dishonor due to non-acceptance. Cases of dishonor due to non-acceptance. Case number 1, when we are allowing more than what? 48 hours. Point number 2, among all the drawees, some of them have not accepted. Case number 3, when the conditional acceptance is there. Under what circumstances you are excused to go to the drawee's place for the acceptance and you are already, bill is already dishonored? Point number 1, when the drawee cannot be found, not traceable. If it is a fictitious person, if it is a dead or insolvent or insane, if it is not having any contractual capacity, or if the drawee refuses to accept it on another grounds. Clear? Other cases में, in case of drawee, in case of need, when the bill gets dishonored, when the drawee in case of need refuses to accept it. Are you getting it? Not drawee. When the drawee in case of need refuses to accept it, then bill get dishonored. And in case the drawee refuses to accept, second point, in case the dishonor due to non-acceptance by the drawee, holder of the bill cannot sue the drawee. The reason is you can only sue the drawee when he has accepted it. You cannot sue the drawee. But do you have a power to sue all the prior parties? Yes, D has a power to sue all prior parties. So as per this example. So if you are unable to understand this particular topic, revise or read or watch this video again. The last 5-10 minutes, again this topic, we have to read it again. Very important point ki in this case, D cannot sue the B, but D, yes, can sue C and A because bill was negotiated without acceptance. If it was negotiated after acceptance, then D has every right to sue whom? B. Because B is a drawee. But here B refused to accept it. It means he is not at all a drawee. He is not at all a drawee. When he is not at all a drawee, then what has happened? When he is not at all a drawee, automatically he loses his power to sue the B. He can only sue what? C and A. I hope everyone is clear. So let us do the last point for the day. What is the last point? In case of non-acceptance by drawee, when bill is endorsed without acceptance, then holder need not wait till maturity date but can sue all the prior parties with notice given but not drawee. ये पूरा सेंटेंस ध्यान से पढ़ना सर, ये फुल सेंटेंस ध्यान से पढ़ना. अब सुनो, सेम इट इज कनेक्टेड विद द अबव एग्जांपल. नाउ टेल मी, when D went to B's place, when the D went to B's place, B refused to accept. Yes sir, B refused to accept. Did B become drawee? Sir, no, D is not a draw. B is not a drawee. Therefore, D cannot sue B. But my question is, to sue the prior parties, who are the prior parties? C and A. To sue the prior parties, whether D has to wait till maturity? To sue the prior parties, C and A, whether D has to wait till maturity? Answer is no. Bill is already dishonored. Immediately he can sue A and C. He need not wait for maturity. But remember one thing, notice of dishonor, whether D has to first give to the C and A or not. Yes, notice of dishonor is A and C's right. They will get the notice of dishonor. इसे भी देना पड़ेगा. Notice of dishonor, इसे भी देना पड़ेगा. After that, D can sue C. D can also sue what? A. Are you getting the point or not? But D need not wait. D need not wait to sue the prior parties. Are you getting it? This is what the meaning of this whole sentence. Now read the whole sentence. What is the whole sentence? In case of non-acceptance by the drawee, B has not accepted it. When the bill is endorsed with acceptance, when the bill is endorsed, sorry, not with acceptance, it is without acceptance. When the bill is endorsed without acceptance, then holder need not wait till maturity date but can sue all the prior parties with the notice given but not the what? Drawee. मतलब prior parties को he can immediately sue. He need not wait for till the maturity. But after giving the notice of dishonor only, he can sue them. But B को तो कतई भी, B को तो he can't sue at all. I hope everyone is clear, right or not? So we'll finish it off for today at this place only because it takes time to consume all these topics. Revise the video again and again, watch the video again and again, understand it. As you all know that where you have to contact to get the clarifications of your doubt. Please let me know if you get any doubt clarification, or comment also if you have any kind of doubt in this particular video. So I will immediately resolve your doubt. That is my guarantee, right? So that's it for today. I will take your leave for today. So thanks for lending your patient ears today. I will again borrow it tomorrow at the same time, right? Thank you so much. See you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.